Okay, and we are back. Peleus has a shiny new axe. And there's a tree and some lights.
Captain up. Thinking of cocktail names now.
Tahara and Aurora are covered in blood.
So do we want to do something about this tree, or do we want to let it be?
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
Because if this axe really is good against plants, I could probably dig out the stump.
I mean, we gotta take down the tree first.
Do what?
So we gotta take down the tree. There's no point trying to pull the whole tree up. We might as well cut this tree down and then pull the roots up.
Actually, you lose leverage that way.
Yeah, but it weighs less that way.
Yeah, but if you can do something to impact the top, you can just topple the whole thing as opposed to like pulling a stump. I'm just working with real world physics right now.
Yeah, but the tree.
Didn't you say the tree was already like
too,
half dead?
No. It is.
Oh, just the trees around it.
Magic and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we could cut the tree down easily enough. That's not a problem.
Said I can cut the bulldozer. He can chop at it with his axe of pruning.
I mean, yeah, that would break it, but then there's the roots.
Yeah.
So you're back to the roots again.
Do we
But
want to
the
kill
ice I think would kill it.
I'm just going by what he said. He said if we don't deroot it, it still lives.
Yeah, but dead roots are easier to pull out of the ground than live
roots frozen to the mud? Probably not.
You just warm it back up. Thaw it out.
But
It's going to be kind of hard to grip a frozen
if
tree.
we have something to warm it up, just burn the stupid thing. Does anyone have fire magic?
I don't use it. Particularly not while I'm scared of fire.
We have to go find Zuko.
I don't have anything prepared.
Oh yeah, technically Max does, doesn't he?
Sorry.
What about
If I actually had to sit, I'd be I could use the
burning smite? Is that
that one. Yeah.
something you
I don't have it prepared.
It is a spell, yeah. And I don't know if it actually catches stuff on fire. Although it applies
One
it
of
down
those.
to people.
One of this catches people on fire. But as far as catching stuff on fire, it doesn't have to be magic. I have tinderbox.
Have you ever tried to light a tree on fire?
That's why I'm saying we kill it first, but
A non-dried out tree on fire? It doesn't really work. It'll smoke, so maybe we can barbecue over this evil tree. I don't know if I want to eat evil smoked chicken.
yeah, I was gonna. This could be
It could be like
like when they burn a whole
Jerk
field of
chicken
marijuana and
turkey.
get the whole town
That's true.
high, except with evil smoke instead of.
But no, I like what Josh is saying. It's like
fruity
spicy
jerk
chicken. I like this.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe just have
But it's a different kind of jerk. Like it actually makes you. Alright. Ryan thinks that burning it down to start with is a good idea. Mar wants to be as far away as possible before there's any fire.
Tahara chases her around the match. Why you being all squeamish? Come back!
It's going cold. You don't want to test.
Now just like this.
Yeah.
It's 88.
What if it's a magical flame?
I do have a tinderbox.
Alright, so I guess I'll chop down the tree. I'm not chopping it like it's down here. I mean, I'm leaving a sizable stump.
I got
so
you.
got something to grab onto. I'll chop it down with the shiny
with it.
axe. I guess I'm not reaching anymore, am I? Oh, that's alright. 17, the non-+1, that's so 25.
Yeah. So you start chopping, you chop at the tree, and chop. Just go ahead and roll, we'll do 5 of your normal attack damage.
Okay. One attack would be, because it's an extra dice against plants, right?
What?
The axe, it's an extra dice against. Okay.
Yeah.
15.
What kind of damage?
20 slashing with
slashing. Okay.
That's one hit.
Yep.
You want me to roll to hit again?
Nah. You would have. I just wanted to see how much like one would do. After about we'll say 13 swings of the axe, which only 10 more of them actually really pierce through this tree because the bark is so thick that you can't. There's just certain spots you can't pierce through. But several swings of the axe later, you successfully chop down the Golthius tree.
Nice.
You have a stump.
Alright.
We should start digging it
Man,
up.
I sure am stumped about how to get the. No, I'm sorry.
What was that, Lard?
We should start digging that up, yeah.
Sorry, what?
She said start
Digging it up and
Okay. I'll start digging it up. I'll use the axe because I know firsthand how hard it is to use a shovel to get through stupid roots. It's not fun.
Do we have shovels? Do I have shovels? The rest of us can, or some of the rest of us can dig the dirt to expose the roots so that you can get to them with the axe.
Aurora, dig.
You get mad at us for calling her a puppy.
What'd you say?
So you get mad at us for calling her a puppy.
She's got claws. She might as well use them.
Cats dig too.
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah, Captain
Dig.
Dig. Captain Dig.
Bury their
Okay, well, she can do that after. She's got massive claws. It's working out. No, stop making biscuits in the dirt.
Ryan, would you fill my word on? Alright, so you dig through, it takes you a good, the roots are huge. It takes you several hours to begin to dig through and to kind of clear up dirt around these roots. You sweat and you toil through a good portion of the day. You realize as you're doing it, like you don't just feel dirty from this dirt that you're clearing away. You feel dirty by being next to this tree, and you get as you're doing this, you get some of that ooze on you, and it just like you try to wipe it off, and it's like thick sap. It takes you a while to really wipe some of it off. As you spend time doing that, it takes you really 4 hours to dig up around the roots of this tree enough where it looks like Peleus might even have an attempt to, manhandle the stump and get it out.
Okay. After 4 hours, I'd probably take a breather. Yeah, I guess he wants to go ahead and try to rip it out of the ground.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
Okay.
22.
Okay, so you get down, you kind of center your gravity a little bit and kind of begin to hug this trunk. You begin to lift it up, and you lift it up some of the way, and you can tell that some of the roots begin to loosen a little bit more. Go ahead and roll another one.
That one's not as good.
18. You encounter seems like a struggle for a little bit. Seems like there's some roots that are still holding on. Go ahead and roll another one.
Is it enough to piss me off or just?
Yeah, it's enough to take.
He'd probably burn a rage. puts me at 25.
25. So you rage through this last one and you yank it up and you're gritting your teeth. You are sweating profusely. Bubbles of sweat are just pouring down your face as you pull this thing up. It gets really, really loose. It's still hanging on by its last little bit. Go ahead and roll one final one.
21.
And with a huge yank, you successfully remove the last bit of roots from the ground as you toss it over off to the side.
Rayleigh says I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I need a bath.
Yeah, you're covered with sweat, you're covered with dirt, you're covered with evil-looking tree sap. And because of this, Tara, you had rolled high enough earlier. You would believe that by removing this evil-looking tree and successfully killing it, that no new twig blights or any type of blights like that can be created in Barovia again.
What's up?
Yeah, Rayleigh said a good thing.
So the 20 that were standing around, they're still just standing.
They're still
around,
standing
keeping
around. But no new ones can be created.
But they're just standing around.
Yeah.
They're not, oh my gosh, you killed our father or whatever.
Yeah, they're under
Just making
control.
sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I know, Sarah can companion, it sounds like, so we have a little posse.
You hear the sound
NPCs
of
go.
all of the blights in Barovia headed towards your way.
What's the ground rumbling?
Okay, we'll take a moment to get here. That's okay.
All right. And because of that, you are all level 9.
Yeah. Rogue level 2.
Or whatever level you decide to take in something.
Character level still.
Character level 9.
Yeah, I see getting fighter.
I need to have to spec in so I can get our sneak attack in.
Good.
So I need to go ahead and spec in so I can sneak attack in.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I'm gonna take 2 levels of rogue, but I'm almost never going to get sneak attack damage. I can, I just.
What level is the SPT group these days?
We'll come after my corner like 200 yards.
That's not true. If I ever fight long range, I do have a bow. I can't get sneak attack damage. Sweet guys, our proficiency bonus went up. Yay!
About time.
I
Wait,
think I need
how
a
did-
second little Did I mention I can speak to Tom?
Come on, D8, don't betray me. Don't betray me.
Find me some level 3 spells.
Damn it, D8.
Get up and
Can't let the paladin passes and hit points. JT, how many hit points do you have?
I'm working on it.
Well, no, he just goes,
No.
yes.
It was really a good thing that you had that Velthia staff, because a possibility in that fight were all those blights joining in as well.
Mhm.
But they don't.
Oh, that would have
attack-
been fun.
Yeah, they don't attack you or your friends with you having that. So
Woo. Nice.
But if it had been destroyed, then they would have.
you would have destroyed it over their dead corpses.
I mean, if it had been destroyed earlier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, magic. Oh, that's not one.
Alright, so Josh, just so you know how much I'm going to piss you off now, I can now dash, disengage, and hide as a bonus action.
Ah.
Mix that with my my barbarian stuff, and your big bad evil guys are going to hate me.
BBEGs might level up
So-
too.
Before we actually gonna take this.
Hey, I gave up an extra critical, okay?
Are we
True, good.
Wonder what a 20th level vampire looks like.
I'm at 93.
Alright, actually taking this campaign.
Nice.
I'm probably about level 15. Like, level 15 will be the tops. You can finish it sooner if you do certain things in certain ways, but I doubt that you will. So this does remind me, because part of what I've been thinking about over the past couple of weeks is, a little bit of between like up to level 15. I've been already thinking about that stuff already, but also like for the next campaign that I do, I've been thinking some sort of like sea themed or ship theme or pirate theme, but then I also wanted to bring in like other stuff, like more coastal stuff. And I've been reading this, listening to this audiobook about Native Americans before Columbus came to America. And of course, one of the major empires back then was the Incan Empire. I got this cool idea about what if, assuming that everyone is okay with several historical inaccuracies.
Nope, I'm out.
What if you venture forth from Europe as explorers to go to the Americas? And like we still have the same races in D&D. I mean, those cultures would still exist and have existed, in Europe for all of this time. It's just you do that and then go to the Americas and you deal with stuff on the ship. You meet the Incas, and I don't know. I just got several ideas from thinking through some of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it would. I didn't know if it would feel lame or if it would feel like, oh, that's a cool idea, a cool way of doing stuff. But yeah, it would just be like you're European explorers from whatever country you wanted to be from. And you have your own reasons for going.
I'm just gonna take the 8th level at fighter and not worry about sorcery points. I use those for anyway.
You don't really get to use them until like level 3 sorcerer anyways.
Level 2 is when you get them.
Okay, so you can at level 2 though you would only be able to create like a first level sorcerer.
You can get 2 points at level 2.
Okay.
So I don't know what all that does, but level 8 and fighter would have been KSI, which I already took. So
Okay.
Leather is 11 plus your.
But you get your hit points in fighter, which
Yeah.
are better than the sorcerer ones.
yes, and it puts me another step closer to getting 3 attacks.
So that was just kind of an idea I had over the past week.
Does it level up make you good? I can't remember. No. No wow. No wow. Coming back.
I mean, you gain hit points equal to the amount that you increased.
I've totally won PvP and PvE encounters in WoW by doing that. Like, oh, I level up, I was about to die, but guess what? Now I'm at full health.
Right.
When I was
Yeah,
first
you
playing
can.
through Star Wars: The Old Republic, there was a boss fight. It was one of the
So
optional.
like I just went from
I guess all flash ones are optional, but like one of the super optional
My
ones.
max one was 80.
My
So
group
if I
just
could
couldn't
down
do
to
it.
50,
Couldn't kill all 4 bosses.
then
It was
I
one of those type of 4 boss fight or whatever.
Yeah.
And the only reason we won, I was healing. I leveled up right as I was running out of mana. Or force, whatever. And so I could actually keep us alive long enough to kill the stupid things. Because I kept running out of heals.
Wow.
Either way, you can, if you want to roll with advantage.
y'all like to do now?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, yours is dark.
Well, we killed Lady Watcher. We finished the problem of what killed all those people back in Valaki, right? I think.
Yes.
What else did we have to? I mean, are we just gonna go straight to Ravenloft now, or are we gonna do anything else?
I think that was. I mean. There was a couple of small little things that we hadn't done, but we didn't really have any leads on them either. Like the werewolf lady's husband, the nice one, and the guy the toy maker was looking for. We met Mad Mary, but that storyline didn't go anywhere. So, unless we're supposed to believe that Shrug took her or something, that was a little unclear. But in any case, that's it. That's what I have on our quest list. Not done. Well, and of course, the usual one.
So Ravenloft then? I guess.
How many days travel does it compare to Ravenloft?
You're talking 2 10 days.
Technical question. On level 8, I take a point in something else. Does it mean that my proficiency bonus doesn't go up, or
That is proficiency bonus is character class level.
Okay, well that's long enough, if that's where we're going, that's long enough for me to chisel Strahd's name into my bullets.
It's your range. Maximum.
Chisel Strahd's name into your bullets.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd always get sneak attack as long as you have someone near. So your wolf with 2 tanks. Plus you get expertise in a couple things.
So what?
So plus you get expertise in a couple things. And an extra skill.
What I get that? How do you actually make it?
If you're really thinking about it,
What did you say extra skill? What's the extra skill?
you get to pick one from the growth list. Part of the growth list. You get 1 skill, 2, and then you get all the other stuff. So you get actual expertise.
Isn't there something that makes it so you can it's like sharpshooter or something?
Sure.
Instead of your stats, yeah. Instead of having to increase your stats last time, you can take a sharpshooter.
What's the skill?
It's a feat. Full sharpshooter.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, for most players, she gets something similar-ish to it.
No, I have the sharpshooter feat.
But crossbow expert is the thing.
I don't have that.
Not the feat, but don't you have not
I
no
have,
disadvantage on 5 feet?
Yeah, I have that. That's my fighting style.
So, Thalara, what are you going to do with all the blights? Are they going to come with us?
I mean, you know, I guess we could help them, but I don't know if they'd all fit in the cart.
Thinking about the logistics of some of that, it is possible that they could run beside the cart, or, you know, some of them could come in the carts.
How fast can they move?
Oh, good question.
If you take a pet, you have to walk it and feed it. All 30.
Their speed is 30 feet.
I'll dump some water out of the right there.
For some of them.
Also,
The twig blights are 20 feet and the vine blights are 10 feet.
Yeah,
So the vine blights and the twig blights would probably have to lay down the cart, but then the needle blights would eventually catch up with you after a while if you stayed in the same spot.
I see. Mm. So, how likely would they be? How likely would it be for somebody to? Is this someplace that's frequented by people at all, or is it just like druid hangout?
You get the feeling that this is more of a druid hangout place. You know, people don't just wander over here. The druids certainly seem to occupy this place and not really allow anyone else up here.
I see. Do we know if we got all the druids, or if there's like might be like other groups of them anywhere around?
You don't see any more up top here.
Okay.
Do we see anywhere else for them to go? We're looking to search the trees. Are there any more buildings?
Go ahead and roll 3 perception checks.
I'm gonna spend some time teaching all of the blights about Life Giver and how important it is to preserve things, and you know how great he is, and you know even blights matter.
They stand and listen to you, even if it feels somewhat unwillingly.
Good. They'll appreciate it later.
When she screams, I'll come in with my axe and pruning and kill them all. Once they establish a mutiny. Yeah.
25.
Okay.
And I probably would have done this with my hood up.
25, you do not see any place in that one area where they appear
Like on the
to.
mountain?
Yeah, nothing on the mountain where they appear to have gone or appear to might be hiding.
Alright, so yeah, they all seem to be dead. So what are we doing?
I suppose intending to Castle Ravenloft is really the only choice we have.
Should I take that before I do the rest of the roof? Because that would just be kind of gross back then.
We don't.
I just cast it. While the fallen action is going on, I could just stand still. I plus that.
No.
Do you see? No. Shit. Hide in plain sight allows me to remain perfectly still and basically just vanish, right? In which case they would have to roll perception against me, or their passive perception would have to exceed, what I'm basically stealthing, right?
Right.
So I would imagine that I could do a sneak attack from that. However, the other question is, would that count as a person being surprised?
Let me think about that. I want to say.
Like I'm the predator. Like shit.
I can see the argument for it and against it. Let me think about that and read up on the rules.
Okay.
Because of how kind of
Partially
crazy, like gray my mind is tonight, I'm just not. I don't see a clear answer on it tonight,
Okay.
nor do I see us making it far enough for that rule to actually be necessary to really come to a conclusion on.
Right.
So.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, is everyone ready to leave the hill?
I want to read a couple more books to the Blades before we go.
Okay.
And then teach them, about stranger danger and, not to, go after the townsfolk if they come in the area. And, we'll see if it works.
But for the vine ones, it's hard to tell if they're paying attention or, you just get the feeling that they don't really have expressional faces to express this kind of thing. But for everyone else, you kind of get some feeling that for whatever reason, whether it's an unwillingness or you are just this good of an orator, they listen to you and they sit there listening to you.
Excellent.
She's gonna get on top of you.
shark and somebody can make her my head. Look at that.
Brian was trying to come up with Sharknado before Dave Furness came.
Yeah.
Like an air elemental or water elemental, have sharks swimming around you.
Alright, is everyone ready to leave the Mr. Hill area?
Face is ready to, I mean, what?
Alright. So, you, as you go to leave, you see a black carriage with two black horses in front of it.
Uh-oh.
What's the note say this time?
Yeah, don't go below.
You are following us.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Is there another note?
There is a note on the door.
What's it say?
It's time.
We can never just.
What does it say?
They're just supposed to
time.
hey, we were trying to save people. Okay.
There is absolutely no way I'm getting that card.
Well, there it is. Sign. Oh, well.
Does it
We will
inside
see you
look,
guys there.
does it inside look comfy?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does.
You sell out.
When you get in, the door immediately closes and locks. Trapped.
So, what are the odds I could fit my card bag in? Or the
Fit your card
yeah.
in there?
Inside that
Oh,
card.
it's
Put
not
the
going to
card in the
happen.
card.
Come on, it's not bigger on the inside.
You definitely have to make a choice of like what card you want.
This is so unfair. Hmm.
So, is anyone getting in the card specifically?
Probably not.
But it looks comfy.
It doesn't.
It looks-
I'm gonna start putting some of my stuff in it. But I'm also talking to Fernando and I'm instructing him to pull the cart and follow the carriage.
I got you.
If she actually gets in, I'd get in. But otherwise, nah.
Okay.
Because I trust him. I trust him more than the rest of the party, probably, with the cart.
Only probably, though.
Oh, you want me to stay in the cart? Make sure it stays safe?
I mean, it's up to you.
You trust the horse more than me?
I mean, he's probably smarter than most of the party, but you know.
I've got a 10 intelligence. Stupid. Grumble, grumble.
Fernando just looks at you and he starts looking to see if you have any treats in your pockets.
Okay. Is anyone riding with Fernando?
I will. He's
You
just
will?
following, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take to the sky.
You'll take to the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Horse on top of the cart.
Peleus and Thalari. The cart begins to go off a little ways away from. What?
Aurora leaps on top of the cart.
Okay. The cart
Have
appears
we heard
to
from
go off.
Max? Which way he's going?
Oh yeah, that's true. Max. You're so quiet, JT.
He's playing Overwatch.
No.
He turned off his settings to show what he's doing.
I guess I could be riding a remote elements on the card.
Okay. The cart appears to kind of go off away from the other cart, away from Fernando.
Like it's going faster?
Like it's going faster.
I ask the horses in front if they'll slow down a little.
They begrudgingly slow down, and
Okay,
Fernando edges up. After 10 days, you all, after passing through various parts of Barovia, you pass through the lackey, being reminded of the destruction that happened there, reminded of the problems that you yourselves had to deal with, the political strife. You pass by the old bone grinder mill where you fought all of the hags and where you successfully rescued the children.
I asked the horses if they have any magic where they can burn that thing down.
They do not.
It was worth a shot.
I every couple of hours, whenever we can get within 120 feet, we'll cast message just to make sure that they listen to our okay.
Okay.
I mean,
And not
it lets me
trapped.
out to be
I imagine they're not trapped in there for 20 days or whatever. We have to stop and sleep and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can get out and hunt and eat, right? It's a very important detail.
Yes.
Okay. Am I driven evil by the card?
No.
Yeah.
After some time, the cart goes up the path towards Castle Ravenloft. You begin to get this eerie chill as you're riding up there, and after a while, the whole castle itself comes into view.
Chill, like it's cold.
Just eerie. It's loading. Okay.
Do we get the castle when you
Oh.
It looks bigger in real life.
That's I don't know, it's really red or purple.
Go for purple.
Yeah, it is pretty good. That lamp beside you.
Okay, so you arrive in front of Castle Ravenloft.
Do we need to stop there?
Hold on, guys. I got this. And there's even a castle like it on the video.
Nice. We aren't going to stop there, but we will start soon. I do have a plan.
Okay.
Thick, cold fog swirls in the courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lace the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame.
We'll have it ready for next week.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the smoke detector thing. I like how the purple lights are almost having a black light effect on like the white paper.
Actually, Ryan, I like your idea. With the idea that, we begin Castle Ravenloft, with everything set up. Would that be okay with everyone?
What do you mean?
Sure.
Waiting, it's like stopping right here, basically.
Okay.
I thought about going on.
Basically, we look up at the castle and cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So this is, we just stepped into the save point right before we go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
So what?
There's no save.
there are no save points, there's only death. So this is good for my mind because I'm like, as the night's going on, I'm really struggling to recall some stuff. So
Long day for you.
No
so
worries.
long.
yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But we will prepare for Castle Ravenloft. I will tell you this as a way of helping y'all prepare for Castle Ravenloft. There is a final room that when you enter it, I mean, there's nothing else. You're fighting Strahd, and that's gonna be what you're gonna do. It is
So
possible to fight Strahd before that room. However, it doesn't mean that it's the final fight. By that I mean that you can explore around through Castle Ravenloft, and he might be an agitator, but he's not going to directly try to kill you until you're in that room. I won't give you any hints, regardless of what that room is. You have to figure it out if you haven't already.
So.
But we do have a map of it that we drew from the model.
You have a map that you drew from the model, which is why when we started next time, and I load the proper maps for Castle Ravenloft, not these ones that were held over from the original Castle Ravenloft story, because someone actually did proper maps in Fantasy Grounds. When we do that, then I'm going to share that with you because you made a map of Castle Ravenloft. You don't necessarily know that everything is what, but you do see all of Castle Ravenloft. You have a pretty good idea.
Strahd probably has it remodeled.
Fair.
Is that true?
You'll have to find out.
So Josh, you may have made up your mind on this already, you may not, but since it's going to be 2 weeks before we start again, we may want to try to reason with him too. I guess keep that in mind. I mean, obviously, you're a DM, you do what you want, but so that doesn't come as a shocker if it's a shocker.
Right. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, you are using the word fight, but we're assuming. I'm assuming you mean encounter.
Encounter. I always by fight. I always mean encounter, but
So hostile.
It's the opposite. We're saying.
It doesn't. Yeah, you can try to do whatever you want. What was I going to say? I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, that was really all I wanted to say, is that, you might encounter Strahd earlier, but that one room, you would encounter Strahd for the final time unless you were able to talk your way out of it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
These would look like 18 decks, 18 con, that sounds kind of sexy. An 18 AC record.
It's fun.
So I got some advice from someone who's ran Curse of Strahd already, Josh Flippin, and he told me that none of the maps in the book are inherently useful because they were made for a previous edition of D&D and they weren't scaled properly, and they don't make any sense when you actually try to lay them out as a grid, which is totally 100% accurate, but it's like some of these maps are bad. So I had to scound around on the internet and find good maps for Castle Ravenloft. Good. I was just glad someone made them for Fantasy Grounds, like specifically, like they're already pre-built and everything.
Dude, that's why we use that same Raiders camp in Storm King's Thunder. We have a few maps of Storm King's Thunder and they all suck. Like trying to add anywhere near appropriate level. Like I almost did what you did there to that much bigger space for Golden Fields.
Yeah.
I almost did that, but I was like, man, I don't know. We're fighting giants. We're in this giant, like 5 square mile city. Maybe I don't want to make it where each square is, you got to take up the entire map. Like that's getting a little old. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.